The Busy Bees update is officially here in Grow a Garden, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about secret methods that you can use in this update to get billions, not only now, but in the future, make billions in any time, any update you want with some of the pets that are in this game. Either way, we're going to be talking about plants, we're going to be talking about pets, we're going to be talking about honey, we're going to be talking about everything that you need to know to make so much money in this update. If you guys haven't already and you want to be an OG subscriber, all you guys have to do is hit that sub button. Let's get into this video. So the first thing we're going to be actually talking about is the pets. All right, the pets in this update are so overpowered, and let me tell you why. Yes, the bear bee is super OP. You can get this at a 5% chance from the bee egg, and every 25 minutes it goes to a fruit and tries to give it the honey glaze mutation. The honey glaze mutation is around, I think, a 6x multiplier from the calculations that I did, and all the other bees also have the same exact thing, except they give your fruits the pollinated mutation. You may think, okay, and by the way, the pollinated mutation is around a 2x. You may be thinking, okay, well, that's not that good, right? That's not that good. It's only a 2x mutation and a 6x mutation. What you guys have to realize about this is that just like the chicken jockey, the pet that right now, the chicken jockey is so overpowered because it is the only way in the entire game to get the zombified mutation. And right now, I mean, yes, there's honey sprinklers as well, but the bear bee is the only other way to get the honey glaze mutation. And yes, there is a bee swarm, which means all the bees from the middle will come over and pollinate all your plants. But I will tell you guys right now, the bee swarm gives you a ton of pollinated, but after the bee swarm event's over, the only way to get the pollinated mutation is going to be through the bees. What this means is that these bee pets, even the common trash bee pets, are going to be super overpowered soon, and especially the bear bee, because it has a better multiplier of like a 6x, is going to be not only super high in value right now, not right now, but once the update's done, but after the update's done, you will always have access to the honey glaze mutation. Guys, that is overpowered. So here's how you guys can use the bee. You can use these pets to make billions. Wait until the update is over. When the update is over, there's most likely going to be more limited time mutations. I'm talking about mutations like, who knows, Celestial might come back, Moonlit might come back, stuff like that, right? And maybe a really good one too, like Celestial, because Celestial had a 120 times multiplier. But either way, on top of all of those, you're going to want to use your bear bee and all your bees, and this helps if you only have one plant, but you're just going to have those on your farm and then have it mutate whatever plant you're trying to mutate, and you can get like, what? You'll be able to get like 12 mutations. I'm so serious when I say that. This is absolutely OP. That's the first way. The second way that you guys can use these is wait until the update is over and then trade. Right now, I'm calling it the bear bee might actually go for more than the queen bee. Even though the queen bee is like what, the rarest pet in all of the eggs, the bear bee is so good because instead of giving it the pollination mutation, it gives it the honey glaze mutation that is like 3 times better than the pollinated mutation. So after the update, you guys can trade your bear bees, you can trade your regular bees, and easily make billions, even trillions at some point. Anyways, next we're going to be talking about the honey method. All right, and for anything in this update, you are going to need honey. All right, honey is very hard to get. Let me tell you why. Actually, getting the pollinated fruits is not hard, and I'm going to tell you a method about that in a second. But the hardest part about getting the honey is making sure to go back to the honey compressor and actually turn in your plants. As you guys can see, every 3 minutes you can actually take your honey from the honey compressor and get yourself 10 honey each. But the hardest part is coming back here to remember it. So what I recommend for you guys to do is, even after you get all your pollinated plants, set a timer for 3 minutes, and every 3 minutes make sure when that timer goes off to right away go here, get your honey, put another pollinated plant in there, do that. Either way, to get the pollinated plants, here's what you guys are going to want to do. You guys are going to want to, oh my gosh, why am I sweating so hard, bro? Okay, anyways, you guys are going to want to get as much pollinated plants, specifically the heavy ones. I'm talking about moon melons, I'm talking about beanstalks, see, even sunflowers if you have them, but I honestly wouldn't even recommend to do that. But moon melons are really good right now because they're automatically super heavy. If you guys didn't know, every 10 kilograms, what will happen is your moon melon will, sorry, not your moon melon, why can't I talk? Anyways, every 10 kilograms, you will be able to put that 10 kilograms in the honey compressor and compress it into honey. It's really easy. You get pollinated fruits, so collect as many moon melons or beanstalks as you possibly can that are they're pollinated, leave them in your inventory. And another thing you guys can even do is set up a macro that will get all the pollinated plants from your inventory and easily automatically collect your honey and put your pollinated fruits back in there. I'm sure there's going to be a YouTuber who's probably going to make like a macro for this or whatever. I'm not going to discuss that in this video, but you guys can probably go look for that. Be careful when you're doing anything macro wise. Anyways, the next method, and honestly, this shouldn't even be a secret, but I've seen so many people commenting, yo, is the moon melon sprinkler glitch clash? Is the moon melon sprinkler glitch patched? Oh my gosh, why can't I talk? Anyways, so many people commented that in my comments, and guys, it's not patched. If you don't know what the moon melon sprinkler glitch is, it's basically what happens if you collect all of your moon melons at the same time. You also have to bunch them all together with a trowel. So let's say I was doing it, I would put them all right here, put them all right here, and of course put these right here. And then once you collect all of them, you basically put all your sprinklers in this exact order. And this next thing I'm going to go over is called the foil method. The first one you're going to want to put down is your master sprinkler. No, I cannot show you because I am in the test server, so I don't have a master sprinkler, but you're going to want to place down your master sprinkler first. After your master sprinkler, you're going to want to place down your godly sprinkler. After your godly sprinkler, you're going to want to place your advanced sprinkler. And after your advanced sprinkler, you're going to want to place your basic sprinkler. By the way, you can only do this, you can also do this on any other plant like candy blossoms. You can do this on moon blossoms. You can also even do this on the sunflower if you guys end up getting the sunflower with the amount of honey you get. Either way, the reason you're placing the sprinklers in that order is because the master sprinkler will hit it first. When you just place them randomly, let's say you place the godly sprinkler first, what's going to happen when you do that is instead of the master sprinkler being the first sprinkler that hits your plant, it's going to be the godly one. And what that's going to do is make your plant smaller and of course not get as much mutations as they possibly could. That's why you want to foil it. And foil it basically means going from highest rarity to lowest rarity. This is going to optimize your sprinkler glitch and make it super overpowered. After that, you guys are going to want to leave the game for 30 minutes. And when you come back, you're actually going to want to probably delete some fruits. And I mean delete any fruits that aren't golden or are just super small. What this is going to do, and by the way, here's how you do it. You literally just click the plant. Even if it is actually on your plant, you can delete it without deleting the whole seed. A lot of people didn't know that. What this is going to do is make it so if something's not gold, you can just delete it, and while the sprinklers are still going, once again, you can leave the game for 30 minutes and come back to hopefully bigger and golden fruits, or you can just repeat that method until it actually works. Either way, those methods are really OP, but I will say right now is your chance to hit the sunflower. So do the honey method right now and also get as many night bee eggs as you possibly can so you can get these pets. I guarantee you these are going to sell for a ton when the update is over, but get the sunflower because it is better than candy blossom at base price right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and subscribe. See you guys next one. Peace out.